I'm Tom.
And I'm Denise. And we're
Hopelessly Lost.
Hey, this was Sun's show. Alright? It's about freaking time. She's been basically ignored all season.
And she takes half her clothes off. It's about freaking time.
She is good looking. I loved the Sun and Jen story on the alternate timeline. You know, they're not married, but they're fooling around behind their father's back. Or so they thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, apparently the father sends them to LA to get Jen killed. And sends Jen there with the money to pay for it.
Carrying the money to pay the assassin to kill him.
He's a bastard no matter what timeline he's on. Yeah.
A big shocker in this one, in the struggle in the LA timeline, Sun gets shot. And she tells Jen that she's pregnant.
Yeah. So it's basically they're shown no matter what timeline. Back on the island, Jen is captured by Widmore's people with cool little poison darts. I guess they're not poison, just sleeping. And Widmore shows Jen a camera with pictures of his daughter, so he sees his daughter for the very first time. Very touching stuff.
Meanwhile, Sun is tending her garden that's been neglected for years, and she cuts herself. A fake lock shows up right after that. Is that a coincidence, or is he respond to pain, or like a shark with blood in the water?
Yeah. But anyway, she gets freaked out by Fake Lock, and she runs from him and ends up hitting her head on a tree. And now she can't speak English anymore, only Korean, although she understands English.
Yeah, I think they stole that from Gilligan's Island, didn't they? I swear I saw that one. It's announced that Kwan is one of the names on the cave, and as one of the
what do you call them?
Yeah, them people. Anyway,
candidates.
One of the candidates. And but it's not been clear. Does that Kwan refer to Jin or Sun? Or does it refer to Ji-yeon, their daughter, who's not even there?
Yeah, that's a good one, Tom. I never thought about that. Anyway, one of my favorite scenes of the whole show comes at the end. It's between Sun and Jack. And she's gone off by herself. She actually cusses out Richard in Korean, which is one of the best things ever. But Jack brings Sun some paper so that she can actually communicate. And she tells Jack that she ran from Fake Lock because she doesn't trust him. Jack asks her, "Do you trust me?" And she says she does. And he promises that he will help her find Jen and get them all off the island.
We now know what the package is. It turns out it's Desmond.
Yeah. But how does Desmond fit into all this? I mean, he's the package, but what does that mean? They apparently drugged him up to get him to the island in the first place, tearing him away from Penny, probably. You had some theories about this.
I thought all along the package was going to be Aaron or Daniel, possibly Walt, or maybe even Penny. Penny's the lone character in this whole show who's never set foot on that island.
Yeah. So a lot more questions raised than answered.
Right, but no, it does make sense that it's Desmond, though, because if you remember back a few years ago, Daniel's mother told Desmond, the island is not done with you yet. Okay,
so one of the things we see is Fake Lock sends Saeed to the island to go do some spying or whatever, and we see Saeed, kind of sneak up and swim up to the dock where Desmond is being taken out of the submarine. Is Saeed there to kill Desmond? What is he there for?
You never know with him.
Yeah.
Another question raised. Fake Lock tells Claire that all the people in the cave who aren't crossed off must leave the island together. And then Claire asks, "Is my name on the wall?" And Locke says no. And Claire asks, "Is Kate's name on the wall?" And Fake Lock says, "No, not anymore."
Yeah.
That's pretty puzzling. Not anymore? Everybody who's crossed off is dead. What's that mean?
Yeah. And basically Fake Lock says something to Claire that kind of gives us the impression that, Claire, hey, you're free to kill Kate as soon as I'm done with her.
Whatever happens, happens, yes. Those pylons that are all around the Widmore's group, they appear to be keeping Fake Lock from getting in and killing everybody. How do those work, and how did they know to put them there?
Are those the same things that the Dharma people had? I don't know.
Apparently. And Fake Lock drops another great quote where he says, "A wise man once said that war is coming to this island. I think it just got here."
One thing, Charles Widmore, they capture Jen from the Locke group, and there's a scene where Widmore tells Jen that if Fake Lock gets off the island, everything they know will cease to be. what does that mean? Hell on Earth, Armageddon, frogs raining down, cats and dogs living together, what?
Or does it mean that timeline is just going to stop, and that the LA timeline is going to be the true?
Pretty sneaky. One of the things, that really kind of pissed me off this week was that we got Dancing with the Stars at 8 o'clock instead of the repeat episode with the pop-up little, notes, which is very helpful for us, So screw Dancing with the Stars. I don't care about that.
That does it for this week.
Make sure you follow Jack Gax on Twitter or become a fan of Jack Jacksonville on Facebook.
Until next week,
we're hopelessly
lost.